Introducing the main character is one of the most important parts of any movie. These scenes immediately establish the character the audience will follow throughout the story, how they act, and the world in which they operate. I would say that the character intro is even more important in superhero movies. The filmmaker and actor have the difficult task of showcasing an already iconic hero with decades of lore in a way that captures the character so well that the audience is immediately hooked. Some of my favorite examples are the introduction of Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker in 2002's Spider-Man, Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight, and Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark in Iron Man.
I don't want to see this on your MySpace page. Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding. Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'll be out of a job with peace.
However, my number one pick has to be the opening of Matt Reeves' The Batman, which flawlessly sets up this story's version of a younger, angrier, and more brooding Bruce Wayne. After the prologue with the Riddler, we cut to the actual opening.
Thursday, October 31st.
Here, the movie sets up two main characters at once. One of them is Batman, duh, this is a Batman movie, but the other main character is Gotham City itself. From the first few shots, we see rain, lots of rain. The glistening of puddles and falling water reflect the lighting very well, giving a neo-noir look that plays with both vibrant light and dark shadows. This atmospheric choice very much evokes David Fincher's Seven. More importantly though, the constant downpour gives the city an oppressive, claustrophobic sense of doom and gloom, even hopelessness, a subconscious feeling almost always associated with Gotham City. Honestly, I really don't understand why anybody would live there, but hey, Metropolis ain't much better. The ever-present crime is the defining element of Gotham City, and the movie wastes no time showing us how bad it is. Robbers, vandals, and violent gangs are all out and about, and Batman's narration fills in that not only is it his personal mission to fight against this rampant criminality, but he's already got into their heads, dropping one of the coldest lines in cinema history.
They think I'm hiding in the shadows. But I am the shadows.
This brings us to another one of Gotham's defining elements, fear. As Batman himself says,
Fear is a tool.
Fear is a tool often used by Batman's rogues, but most effectively, it's used by the Dark Knight himself. There's a sense of dread and genuine fear from the criminals and excitement from the audience as we anticipate seeing our first glance of Batman. Notice the use of music. These descending violin notes send a shiver down your spine and build a sense of anxious adrenaline. The visuals especially set this Gotham apart from iterations of the past. Tim Burton's vision was a little too gothic and expressionistic to be the true live-action Gotham. Batman Forever and Batman and Robin made Gotham look like a set for toy commercials, and Nolan's vision is literally just Chicago. Reeves' vision, however, is of a Gotham equal parts realistic and stylized, with inspiration from real-life cities, the Art Deco look of the animated series, and the Arkham games. Throw in some inspo from Seven and neo-noir lighting, and you get something truly unique. Throughout the film, Gotham is bathed in a whole lot of red, orange and red mixed with dark black shadows. I think the use of red in this movie is a representation of the main emotions driving Bruce, being anger and pain, while also being a way to make it visually distinctive from Christopher Nolan's trilogy, which made great use of blue tones, especially in The Dark Knight. We first see Bruce fully as Batman before he fights a group of Joker's goons. He walks slow so he gets as much aura points as possible, and after a friendly chat with the leader, he says,
I'm vengeance.
That's not the lines. Okay. That's not the lines.
Stop. The audience is used to hearing him say,
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I am Batman. I'm Batman.
Darling, I don't have to answer to you. I'm Batman.
This simple change piques our interest and sets up the core of the movie's themes. Bruce sees himself as the embodiment of vengeance, using his anger and trauma alone as a fuel for dealing out his brand of justice. While his fighting style is as precise as previous Batman, he's not at all afraid of getting shot or hit. Maybe he even enjoys the adrenaline of it. Often, as Batman, he's quite literally blinded by rage. Shortly after this, we get the first hint that Bruce may be going about things all wrong.
Please don't hurt me.
The train passenger, a stand-in for the average Gotham citizen, sees no different between the violence of the gangs and the actions of the vigilante. All the people see is the violence. All they see is a symbol of vengeance. He is inadvertently scaring the people he wants to protect and inspiring the people he goes against, something Bruce doesn't fully comprehend until much, much later. So far, Matt Reeves has shown us the beginning of Batman's emotional arc, his fighting skills, and his use of fear. But there's still another key trait of Batman that needs to be tackled. One that's been kinda unexplored in previous adaptations. Batman is a detective. We next see Batman as he investigates the crime scene of the dead mayor.
He lies still.
Excuse me? What does a liar do when he's dead? He lies still.
You know, the first time I watched this movie, I actually guessed this riddle correctly. Yeah, it's the easiest one in the whole movie, but still.
Please clap.
Here, we see that the tone of this movie will be a slower, more deliberately paced Batman flick, putting more emphasis on the skills of his mind rather than his fists. With all of Batman's core traits established and his character arc already begun, the only thing left to see is what makes him tick. Why does he do what he does? Of course, the audience knows why. From the comics, the shows, the games, the movies, we've seen it all a million times. But instead of getting a drawn-out sequence of the Wayne's murders, we instead see this.
Yeah. Kid found him.
Just a look, a glance. The quiet emotion in Robert Pattinson's performance tells us all we need to know. This boy, a reflection of Bruce's own perceived failure, staring back at him, temporarily paralyzing him with the same sense of helplessness and fear that he had in Crime Alley all those years ago. The Wayne murders are never shown, they're only mentioned, but the impact they've had on Bruce is apparent throughout the whole movie. The trauma that Bruce has been through is one he's never grown out of. Either he can't or he doesn't want to. And this is why he needs to be Batman. It's his only way of coping. The Batman's quest for vengeance is, and has always been, a trauma response. Above all else, this Batman is one struggling to create the change he wants, and he is so blinded by his mission for vengeance that he can't see the clear problem with his strategy.
I wish I could say I'm making a difference, but I don't know.
Something in the way.
Now, we all know that Kurt Cobain and Nirvana are absolutely goated, and the use of the song Something in the Way is genius. One interpretation from Bruce's point of view is that Gotham City is nearing the point of no return. The city is rapidly decaying due to the crime, and he, Batman, is the only person saving Gotham from the brink of collapse. He is the something in the way.
The city's eating itself.
Something.
Maybe it's beyond saving, but I have to try. Push myself.
On a rewatch, however, it's clear that the song is trying to tell him something else. His current brand of vigilantism is not based in heroism like it should be. It's not inspiring hope, and it's preventing him from seeing how he could help the city as Bruce Wayne. And this is all because he's consumed by vengeance, an emotion that spreads to people who, unlike him, are totally fine with killing. He's not inspiring the good people, he's unintentionally creating villains. The something in the way is his vengeance. As Bruce gets to the Batcave, we see more gorgeous set design and see that even after he gets to his home, he is still Batman. His makeup stays on, he analyzes the footage of the night immediately, and he chronicles his experiences as the Dark Knight in a journal. Bruce died with his parents in the alley, and now there is only Batman. This point is driven home with one of the simplest but most effective moments in the movie.
In an eerie coincidence, it was 20 years ago this week that celebrated billionaire philanthropist Dr. Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha were slain during Wayne's own mayoral campaign. It was a shocking crime that remains unsolved to this day.
For the whole extended intro, we've seen his eyes, his superhero jawline, his black helmet, and the back of his head. Bruce is closed off to the people around him, he's closed off to himself, and he's closed off to the audience. The only way that Bruce engages with the world is through his trauma. which is why we only see him when his parents are mentioned. The subtlety in Robert Pattinson's performance is phenomenal, and he and Matt Reeves, along with production designers and composer Michael Giacchino, helped create the perfect character introduction for this version of Batman existing in this version of Gotham City. Simply put, it's absolute cinema. If you like the video, subscribe, and yeah, it's your boy XO Dash signing out.